EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
230. 53. Mike. I'm here all day.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
To James Conner.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Here's the Steelers' new signee for 2020, Dustin Colquitt, on to punt. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Taking it about the 36. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He completes it to Westbrook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Indianapolis moving the change there on a gain of 12.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Rivers fires this into the flat, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First down.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Rivers on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
His kick is good.
Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
Steelers, nothing.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Returning it, Johnson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
At the 40.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rivers. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Tackle made.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd and a couple. Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Complete
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Colts add on to their lead. And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Colts pick it up. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown,
Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And oh, can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indiana.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. His throw incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On 2nd down now is Connor, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
1st down.
Down from Colts territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it, and he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd and 7.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
intercepted.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. From the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
The pass, fumbled on the play, recovered by the offense.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. We know, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. DeForest Buckner, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
The ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 16.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Rivers. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Pickup of 2 yards.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun. Rivers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's the 4th-round pick from Maryland, Anthony McFarland. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Down and 9.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
198. Watch 98. 300.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
15.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Yeah, they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, Rivers. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. John Davis with a pick, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Intercepted.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, able to hit his target, Claypool, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
58, boys, 58.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game.
Steelers.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Nyheim Hines on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Campbell making the catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts,
A gain of
as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. First down, Rivers. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Operating from the gun, Rivers looking long for Westbrook. And it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Washington.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 15. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Yeah, quick throw here. That's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Dashing through the snow. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
11.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. The give to Taylor, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A gain of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
On the return, Johnson. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver there, the rookie Chase Claypool. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs If you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 27-yard line.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run with Taylor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Couple of plays set him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Rivers going for it all. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Right side, Claypool's got it. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And his throw is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Sets up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter from Las Vegas. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
The ball carrier,
Julian Blackman bringing him down. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Roethlisberger. That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, McFarland. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Johnson brings up 3rd down.
They'll run with McFarland, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Pittsburgh, it's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The 4-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Connor, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? That is caught at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a one-score game.
Steelers 19. Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
The Colts 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
They run once more with Taylor.
24-yard line.
He'll have a 1st. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. This one into the hands of Burton. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Looking deep for Hilton. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Number 28.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38.
It's a game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's a gain of 3.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And the punt team is out there. It's not 4th down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Completion here to Claypool. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
At the 37-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Easy, easy.
Again, it's Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout
It's a gain of 2
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Toss outright, and he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
First down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Indianapolis, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they hit double digits in losses.